What's going on, everybody? Tom here with Black Sheep Keto, and welcome to another video review just for you subscribers out there. And if you're not a subscriber yet, please consider doing so. Man, it has felt like such a long time since I picked up the camera, and I do apologize about that. I had a whole bunch of crazy things happen in the past like 2 to 3 weeks, and I'll make a vlog kind of detailing all of that. That'll come out a little bit later next week. And I did actually film that recipe for the keto chocolate syrup, which will be coming out early next week, so be on the lookout for that. But today's video is actually going to be focused on the Scramblers Omelet Bars. Now, these are a really cool item that basically is a shelf-stable omelet bar. So eggs, meats, cheeses, put into an omelet form that you can take anywhere without refrigeration and no preservatives. That's actually a pretty impressive feat, and it took them 3 years to figure out how to do this. I've actually been in contact with this company for a little over a year now, and I guess I'm kind of one of the first to get my hands on them, according to Matt. But that being said, they are available for purchase in limited quantities. They don't have a ton on hand, which I will put a link in the description to find them. So today we're just going to do a standard review on this. We're going to check out the macros, the nutrition information, and figure out if the product's actually worth buying. So if that sounds good to you guys, hang on tight, and let's get right into the video. Alright guys, I am back and I have heated up my omelet bars. Now to show you guys a little bit about the packaging, here is what the packaging looks like. So you're going to have like kind of this cardboard tray that identifies the flavor, and in there is a little plastic tray that's sealed. Now, according to the packaging, if you want to heat them up, it says you can eat them at room temp, but if you want to heat them up, you just prick the film layer on the top to provide some venting and microwave it for 16 to 22 seconds. Now that's oddly specific, but I went ahead and just did 20 seconds. Now the trays did puff up a little bit when I microwaved them, and according to the back of the packaging, that's totally normal. It means our omelet is extra airy. So that all sounds pretty good to me. Now I do have to admit, guys, I am a little bit skeptical about these because I kind of don't like reheated eggs, so I'm not really sure how I'm going to feel about this. The texture is just kind of weird to me, but maybe they found some way around that, and I'm really hopeful that they are because I really want to like this product. In any case, let's go ahead and look at the nutrition information and the macros for the spinach and feta version. So I am going to put those right on the screen next to me as we go through them. So the serving size is 1 bar, 130 calories per serving, 9 grams of fat, 2 net carbs, and 9 grams of protein. So an even fat and protein ratio with 2 total carbs, no fiber, so it is a total of 2 net carbs as well for the spinach and feta version. And then for the cheddar and ham version, we've got 1 bar is 140 calories, 11 grams of fat, 2 total and net carbs, and 9 grams of protein again. So this one's got a little bit more fat, same protein, same carb count. All in all, they look pretty good to me. Now let's go through and look at the ingredients on each of them. I'm going to start with the ham and cheddar version because there's more to talk about here. So our first ingredient is organic free-range eggs, uncured ham. Now, if you look at the sub-ingredients of the uncured ham, you will see that it contains trace amounts of sugar and molasses. Now, this is likely used to get that brown coating on the ham, but if you're following a very, very strict keto diet, then this might eliminate it immediately. But as with most people, I typically don't worry about the trace amounts of sugar in bacon or the traces of potato starch in shredded cheese, so for me, it's not enough of a concentration to worry about. You'll notice that it doesn't even change the nutrition information between this and the spinach feta version that doesn't contain it. So while I will detract points from this, I'm not going to eliminate it entirely. But then again, I'm the black sheep for a reason. And only you can make the decision for yourself. Next up, we have grass-fed butter, egg whites, feta cheese, cheddar cheese, skim milk, encapsulated baking soda, which does contain palm oil and soybean oil. So for those of you guys who choose to avoid that for inflammation reasons, this might be out for you. But as a note, it will not affect ketosis, so for a general keto diet, it's okay. If you choose to avoid it, that's all up to you guys. Then we got spices, citric acid, and xanthan gum. So overall, I would give the ingredients on this one a 4.5 out of 5. There's some trace amounts of sugar and things like that, but overall, it's a good product. Moving on to the spinach feta version, we got organic free-range eggs, feta cheese, grass-fed butter, spinach, egg whites, Parmesan cheese, skim milk, encapsulated baking soda, which still does have the palm oil and soybean oil, garlic, spices, citric acid, and xanthan gum. So for a general keto diet, I would give this a 5 out of 5. Yes, there is palm oil and soybean oil, but since it will not affect ketosis, I'm not going to hold that against them. So overall, this one gets a 5 out of 5 in terms of ketogenic ingredients. So guys, they actually didn't provide me with a discount code or anything for you guys, but I did just find one so you guys are aware. On the top of these packagings here, it says sample, not for resale, a bar from batch number 1, which is actually kind of cool to have. as a huge thank you, an exclusive offer, 20% off code FIRSTFAN. I'll put it on the screen right now. So if you guys want these, 20% off from using the code FIRSTFAN. I don't get a kickback or anything, but it will save you money if you guys want to try them. Anyway, let's go ahead and see how they taste. Now, I'm not sure which one I'm going to open first because there's no real identifying marks on the white packaging. It's only on the cardboard, and I guess I kind of got them mixed up in the microwave. Whatever. In any case, we'll just do them in whatever order I open them up for. So since this is designed as a bar, I am just going to eat them with my hands because, you know, as a portable item, I think that's kind of what they're designed to be eaten as. I'm sure you could use a fork too, but I just want to try this in the way that I see the product being used. So we'll go ahead and flip it out there. Now here is what we're left with. I wouldn't say it's a very eggy color. I believe this is the spinach one because I do see chunks of green in there. It's kind of like a more brown color, and I only cooked it for 20 seconds, so I know that it's not that. In any case, let's give it a bite and see how it tastes. Okay, so I have mixed feelings about this. It's actually really good. Like, I mean, it's a fantastic flavor, but it doesn't scream omelet to me. Like, I don't know. I would call it something else. Maybe an egg bar, maybe something like that. But it doesn't scream omelet. I'm used to kind of something with a lighter texture, a little bit of a filling. This, if you look in there, it's basically the exact same texture all the way through. Now, it is absolutely delicious, guys. That flavor is awesome. But I don't know. It doesn't scream omelet to me. I feel like I was sold on something else. But now that I know what it is, I expect this to be different than an omelet. Does that make sense? But overall, flavor on the spinach feta version, guys, this stuff is awesome. I'll do a number review later, but I'll tell you right now, this is going to be a 5 out of 5 flavor. That is fantastic. Now, in terms of texture, which you guys are probably wondering about, it's a little bit spongy, a little bit chewy, which is why I would not call it an omelet bar. I'd probably call it like an egg bar or something like that, just so you don't have that idea of an omelet in your mind. Again, the eggs are, you know, when you reheat them, they get a little bit different, but they somehow accomplished a good texture here. It's not bad. It is not perfect like a fresh cooked egg, but I would eat these, and, you know, I'm pretty sensitive to some textures. In any case, that means we have the cheddar and ham one right here, which I'll go ahead and open up and give that a taste. Now, as a note, guys, make sure you have a napkin nearby. I am noticing some fat dripping off of these things as I pick them up. Perhaps in later batches, they have a way of absorbing that within the tray. I'm not really sure, but, you know, these are batch number 1, so we do have to keep that in mind that things can change. So here we have the cheddar and ham one. Now, this one is roughly that same color. Again, it's not that kind of like yellowish color. It's more of like a, I don't know, a golden brown, almost like a caramel color. But if they taste good, then what's it matter, right? So let's give this a bite. All right, that's good. And this is, you know, funny enough, this is the one I thought that I would like better, but I actually like the spinach feta one better. Don't get me wrong, this one's delicious. It's got a lot more fat in it, so I'd probably go with the cheddar or ham one anyway. But the flavor of that spinach feta is absolutely phenomenal. So if I had to rate them, I'd say the spinach feta tastes better. I know they have a third flavor, which, hold on, let me see, is chicken chorizo, which I did not get sent that one. But of the ones that I have, the spinach feta is my favorite, and this ham one obviously is a close second. It's still very good. It still has that same texture. It feels spongy. The bar does hold up pretty well. You can see, like, it's, you know, not cracking and crumbling on you like an omelet would really. And when it does break, you can see it kind of as a clean break, almost like a flan in a way. But the flavor is there. It does taste like some type of a breakfast item, so I will give it credit there. All right, guys, now that you know what's in them, you know what the macros are, and you know what I think about the flavor, it is time to give them some overall reviews. I'm going to give the spinach and feta version a 5 out of 5. That is a fantastic omelet bar, guys. Like, I mean, that is perfect. The cheddar ham one, which is funny because I was a bit biased towards that one in the beginning. I thought I was going to like that one better. I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5. The cheddar's not as prominent as I would like. I get a little bit more of the feta than the cheddar in there. The ham's good, but other than that, like, it just kind of wasn't what I was expecting, so I have to kind of detract from that a little bit. Still very good flavor, and I'm sure some people will love that more than the spinach feta version, but since I have them sitting next to each other, this one is a lot better in my opinion. But I would still give it a 4 out of 5 on the cheddar ham version, and honestly, guys, that's probably the one I'm going to buy just because of the added fat. So overall, I think these are fantastic products, guys. If you want to get your hands on some, let me see what that code was one more time. FIRSTFAN, all caps, will get you 20% off. So guys, if you want these, go ahead and use that. I don't get anything from it, but, you know, they're a really cool company. They spend a lot of time and money developing these things. So if we can get them in your hands to try and maybe provide feedback, or maybe you like them as is, that would probably help them out a lot. With that, guys, I am going to go ahead and close the video. If you like this video, leave it a like. If you have any questions or comments for me, leave them down in the comment section. And if you have not subscribed yet, do me a huge favor, guys. Hit that subscribe button, show some love, and I will see you in the next one.